Babe! Where are those big babes? Huh?
Yeah.
Paradise.
He just faints on the spot. Darn it, Conker.
Wakey, wakey, slumberland gone gone.
What was he even looking at? Like, what was so special about it?
Hello. I love you.
No, no.
Conker, you have a girlfriend. Shut up.
No, no.
What?
Jugga. Oh, gosh.
No. We can work it out.
Squiff fudgy break Jugger's heart.
No, I'll be good. I'll be really good. I'll be new girl. The drink's out. Whatever you've heard about.
The drink is definitely not out.
Totally exaggerated.
You can't keep that that promise for a minute.
Jugger not like goodbyes, but bye-bye. You go. You go.
Bye-bye then.
I love you.
The
always.
bye-bye man.
Bye-bye.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, well.
That movie. People have been talking about The Bye-Bye Man and how stupid of a title that is. I don't know anything about that movie besides the title, but it's a horror movie, and it's called Bye-Bye Man. Or The Bye-Bye Man. I think, like... Yeah, people say it sounds like some kind of kid's book, almost, instead of a horror movie. I think it would have potential to be a working name if it was just called Bye-Bye, and I did watch the trailer. What I would picture is as a good trailer for something called Bye-Bye would be like, I don't know, right at the end, you have this, this building tension music, and then it just cuts off, and all you hear is bye-bye, said by some little girl in the distance or something, and then you see bye-bye at the title on the screen. That's just my vision of what would make for a better, like, what would make for better advertising, I guess, for what, as it stands, sounds like a really stupid movie. But it's amusing to make fun of anyway. Alright, so we jump down here. We re-arrive. Re-arrive? I don't think that's a word. In the poo cabin. And I believe we're gonna get a war scene. No, we're not. That's later. I just spoiled everything. Gosh! Yeah, I kind of forgot about this part. This part that's kind of a... Well, it's good... I don't want to say storytelling, because there's not really much story structure to it. It's just, Oh yeah, the war scene is much later. Gosh, I am getting way too ahead of myself. Maybe I just want this game to be done already. I don't really, because I do like this game and I do want to have the experience of playing through the rest of it again. But, I don't know, I guess I'm kind of... My mind is in other places. But yeah, this part. I think we have to talk to Queen Bee again. And this time they're going to be tails all throughout the overworld. In case I need them, which I'm sure I will.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Squirrel. I'm so happy to see you again.
You sure do look happy.
See you. Hey, where's the hive gone?
Oh, that's just the point. They've stolen it again. And I don't know what to do.
Again!
My husband hasn't returned yet. He's a fiend. If he were here, he'd sort them out. It's just gonna have
I don't know if they're really husband and wife anymore.
Really?
I don't know if what they're doing would qualify as husband and wife. Oh, there it goes raining outside again.
And I don't know who to touch.
Okay. But what's in it for me?
Money?
Yeah, but it'll have to be double that time.
Double? Okay, yeah.
Treble.
Treble.
Triple.
I don't know why it's treble.
My heart back.
Okay, I'll get it back. Where is it?
Just follow the sides again, but you'll have to go a bit further. It was a deep insurgency mission this time. It
How do
won't
you
be
know
as
that?
easy, I can tell you.
Really? Deep insurgency. Quadruple. What?
Quadruple shows up on the screen.
Fair enough.
10 minutes later, he says it.
It's quite nice over there. I think I'll go over here.
Okay, come back. Quadruple. That'll be $200.
Hang on a sec. My math isn't that good. but I seem to think it was $400.
Okay. Go on then.
That's... I don't know why. I guess it's one of the funnier scenes to me, which is why I didn't want to talk over that one. It's maybe not the funniest scene, but it has more in it to quote than I think most scenes in the game do. Like, I think that's $200? Well, obviously it's not $200. 1 times 4 is not 2. I sort of wonder if you can jump into these, but I really doubt you can. It'd be interesting if one of them had some kind of 3-up moon inside of it, but I really doubt it. I think they're just not there for decoration, but they're there for what we're about to be doing. Yeah, this. Deep Insurgency Mission. Yeah, there are a lot of bees, or hornets. I don't really know what these are. They look a little bit more like hornets than bees, I guess, but oh darn, one of them's about to attack. You can tell when they're about to attack from the radar at the top. There's going to be quite a few of them. It's going to go on a while. I was actually a little bit afraid to record this because earlier I had the main menu screen turned on for a while, like 30 minutes or something, and it started behaving like a cartridge tilt. Like with Mario 64, whenever you tilt the cartridge and Mario is halfway into the ground and all the sounds are glitchy. It started doing something like that, where random things in the bar were just flying around, and then it cut to static, and it was like rainbow static, like the kind that you see in the emulated version of this game whenever you play on an emulator, and there's supposed to be drunken blurriness on the screen, but then it's just static instead. It's not moving static, it's just static. And yeah, just cut to that and nothing else happened. And so I had to restart the game. And so I was kind of afraid to record this because I thought that maybe something was wrong with my cartridge. I was worried that it might crash, but it doesn't seem like anything's wrong, so we'll just hope it stays that way. I am having the worst time aiming. These aren't the worst controls. I still think this is easier than, like, what is it? It's that, whatever, in the first Metroid Prime, there's that first boss where you have to basically kill all the flies that are buzzing around you, or the bees, or whatever they are. I don't know what they are exactly, but I find that difficult compared to this. This is not so bad. Because at least in this case, you know which ones are about to attack you, because those dots turn red. You dead? Are you dead? D-E-D dead? I wasn't intending to make a Paranorman reference there, but I think I kind of did on accident. Paranorman is one of the movies that I've watched recently, and it was really good. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was, but... I mean, I did expect it to be good, because it's by the same studio as Kubo and Coraline, and also Box Trolls, which I watched not very long before that. Gotta hear this voice. Again? Yes, best voice. Yeah, Paranorman is particularly adult with its humor, which I found interesting. And the art style is interesting. Like, all the movies by that company are stop motion, and by default, that's cool looking. But in that specific movie's case, I don't believe any of the characters in the movie have symmetrical eyeballs. They're either the same size, but they're different heights, or they're just different sizes. And I think that makes for a fascinating appearance for the general, like, character design in the movie. There are lots of other things that I like about it too, that's just one of the many things. I would definitely watch it again. I don't know if I like it as much as Kubo or not, because Kubo is also really good. And then Coraline is good but feels like a video game as a movie, which is a little bit awkward. Then again, I guess Kubo kind of does too, but less so.
Chew on this, buzz suckers.
Buzz suckers. Okay, so he said mother buzzers earlier, and the buzz censored the F word. So in this instance, that wouldn't work very well. Is buzz just censoring, like, cock?
A noble contribution to the bee community. I somewhat begrudgingly present
Somewhat
you
begrudgingly.
with these.
Hey, somebody jump for us.
Gotta love all the parallels to the bee mission from the beginning.
Who wants some of us those? Yeah, more spondoolies.
Says more sponduli, and then after that the word bubble shows up. None of the word bubbles seem to be well, I don't want to say none, but there are a number of word bubbles that don't perfectly sync up, and that's okay, I don't really mind that, it's just something to point out. Yeah, so we just underwent Plan B! To quote B-movie, for some reason. I kind of want, because of all the memes that have been going on with that movie, I kind of want to see it again. Because I do remember legitimately finding it to be a funny movie. And not a bad movie, like definitely not the best, but still pretty enjoyable. I think people like to make fun of it as a bad movie, like so bad it's good, but I don't even really think of that. I think it's just like, good because it's funny, and not really for any other merits besides its funniness. But even still, like, that's enough. Okay, I know... Alright, I remember what I'm supposed to do next. It's all coming back to me in slow little pieces, but it is coming back to me. We have $2,210. I think we only really needed $2,110. I think that's right. We are about to meet a character named Mr. Barrel. I think that's his name. Throughout the game, if you talk to Mr. Barrel enough times, he'll tell you that you need to keep getting more money, and you don't have enough money, and then after you visit him enough times without making any progress with your money, he will just tell you that you need exactly $2,110. Unless it's $2,210, but either way, it's just this obscenely exact amount of money, and now we have that obscenely exact amount of money. I'm sure you could look up those scenes somewhere on YouTube, or you could just find them yourself. Oh yeah, and also this. I discovered that with gratuitous amounts of effort, you can make it up to the top of this windmill. You don't do it like that exactly, but you have this very particular jump from a certain part of the geometry on this windmill, and then you can get up on that ledge. And by doing that, you can see what's at the top of the windmill, which isn't much, but still it is possible to reach. I'm not going to bother with it because it took forever for me to figure out how to do. Or not really figure out how to do, it just takes forever to execute. Because it's so precise. But just know that it is a thing that can be done. So here's Mr. Barrel.
Now what?
Wanna go for a ride?
Not really.
Not really. What?
Alright.
A ride, yeah. Let's go for a ride.
Abruptly turns to his side. That is, that little dialogue is a reference to something, but I have no idea what. It's some show, I think. I don't really care to know what it is either. I just, you can look it up, I guess. Bop. And Mr. Barrel is dead. This is where Conker goes unconscious, and insert Greg the Grim Reaper scene here, and then you get to this part.
Want to spin out for some time? It's night.
I think I died like 7 times in that last episode. The one with the failures with... Where am I going? I'm going to the river. Which side of the river? This side of the river, okay. Wait, what? Oh. The queen bee is sleeping in there. Still asleep. Alright. That makes sense. Yeah, everything is nighttime now. And, let's see. Is that Orion's belt up there? I think it might be. I know that Wind Waker uses, the actual sky for its skybox at night. Wonder if this game does too. We are learning about constellations and the differentiation between constellations and, like, whatever, asterisms. Hold on. Ah, there we go. The beehive is so incredibly bright at night, and I think it's kind of pretty. That is all that I wanted to do, was say that. Alright, now that that's done, let's head to the spooky chapter, I guess, where we will, venture into the nighttime part of our day. The nighttime part of our day. The nighttime part of our day.